Like, he just pulls the necklace. Jesus Christ! Like,
And then they share the lightsaber with each other.
That's just. You can do that. Shut up. I don't know why is it that her having two lightsabers
I felt like that was good.
Why?
Oh,
why
yeah.
Two
the fact that
lightsabers means that
You
she
need
can
to take
turn
two
him
lightsabers for some reason.
That way you can turn the Emperor into the Ark of the Covenant.
That way Kylo gets to
Oh
hold
no,
the
I can hear the
lightsaber.
stream and I gotta find it.
He's gone good.
Lucky it's not very loud. Oh no, wait, did I just mute Jay? Is that what happened?
I'm not sure.
Am I
No.
not?
Oh, you're
still
just really
talking. No, I
quiet.
can hear you.
That's what it is. I'm changing volumes right now. Fringy, say 2 sentences worth of dialogue. Go.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Alright, that's good. Jay, you go.
I'm not the pheasant plucker, I'm the pheasant plucker's son. I'm only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucking's done.
Okay, that's enough. There you go. They should be leveled now. And now I gotta fix the thumbnail being wrong, because it just becomes wrong every time.
Are you on the YouTube's new streaming thingies?
Am I? I don't know. What do you mean?
As in the not the old dashboard, the new one. For
wait.
streaming.
Oh,
Not
I don't think so. So the way right now, I'm waiting for it to fix itself. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like,
Oh yeah, same.
the way I do it is I go to live videos on the new one, and it takes me to the thumbnail that I actually want, or like the control for the one I actually want, and then I can change the thumbnail. But I have to upload all of the information for title and description into OBS to send it to YouTube. It's just bizarre. But yeah.
Someone in my comments is telling me. Someone is being stupid in my comments.
Oh, you just don't like that people have other opinions.
What does the word anarchy mean, right?
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Like, basically no social order.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what the word means.
Yeah.
Someone in my comments is telling me, Jay, I have a major problem with your use of the phrase racist anarchistic violence. For one, anarchists are some of the biggest opponents of racism on the political spectrum.
Okay.
How can anarchists exist as a group?
Yeah,
If
first of all,
there's
it's
anarchy,
really funny, the idea that there's anarchist groups.
Yeah, who have like a modus
They meet every
operandi.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or we should meet whenever we feel like it.
Okay, everything is working now outside of
Okay.
just getting the game going. But yeah. Hello, everyone.
Are we living?
So we're up now?
Yes, I am on YouTube. I've got the thumbnail
Alright.
of Kilo, and just playing this. Where's my phone? Fringy, give me my phone.
What? How am I gonna do it unless I? Oh wait, no, that's a spoiler.
Use the,
Oh.
No!
use the,
we can't say. We can't say.
are we
Well,
actually not doing spoilers?
I
then?
don't know. What a...
But people watching your streams don't care about spoilers for Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
I guess the thing is, if you care about spoilers, you probably shouldn't be on the internet right now.
I can't imagine my audience would care much about spoilers for this film. I mean,
Hang on,
Yeah.
Mullet, what's the thumbnail supposed to be for the stream?
It was supposed to be Kylo. What is it?
It's not. It's just Dark Souls. It's just the Dark Souls UI.
I mean, that's
The thumbnail
not that
hasn't
bad.
worked. Okay, yeah, it could be worse.
Let's have a look. Besides, you might be wrong anyway, because you have wrong internet.
Oh, you've keyed out the background of Discord.
Ah, it looks good, doesn't it? That's how you actually stream, Jason.
It looks fine. Name, I am all the Sith.
Oh no, you can't say that.
That's such
Can't
an
say that.
awful piece of dialogue it is. What were you
Oh,
thinking?
it's the worst.
Alright.
My favorite bit about that is for like, okay, so the films, so what? He's Maul, Vader.
I
Wait,
guess
so
so.
are we doing? So we're doing spoilers then?
I mean,
That's not really one.
Yes,
shitty
it
line of
is.
dialogue
It
being in there
definitely is.
isn't a spoiler.
Look, we're not going to go into much depth. That's the promise, all right? We can snarky comments alone, I guess.
Okay.
And then
Can we talk about the quality of the wee man that just went?
the quality of the
The little man.
I mean, he got laughs out of the audience I was in. Oh, you know what? My favorite character in the movie was probably C-3PO.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, yeah, he was all right.
I laughed when they all looked at him and then he turned around.
Asking how bad it was.
Oh, like, okay, yeah, we can do that. Why not? Let's do that. We'll do it on the 21st as well. We'll do a before and after, a pre and post discussion numbering. So, where do you think it stands on you personally, and then how well you think it works just story-wise in general? Anyone want to go first, or?
I'm still processing it.
I mean, you know, straight off the presses,
No.
I'd be like, enjoyment level 3.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Like-
yeah.
There was very small
I
things.
enjoyed it a lot less than I expected to. Like, it was entertaining, but it was like, I thought it would be funnier bad than it was. It wasn't funny bad. It was just bad.
I didn't laugh at all. I think I only laughed at one particular scene near the end. Which
I smiled at the C-3PO looking behind himself, okay? I smiled.
So the two characters that kiss at the end,
Oh god.
I knew that was going to happen. So I,
Yeah,
so
I didn't.
My
I
friend
missed
was
that.
there saying, the friend was there saying, "Please don't kiss, please don't kiss," and then I was just, I'd already seen the screen caps of it from the spoilers, so I was just, I waited for it to happen and just laughed. That was it was funny just because of how much he didn't want it to happen.
Oh. I mean, Major Lee must have been so happy. That's just what he wanted, right?
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, you've spoiled it for everyone now.
Well, I mean, Major Lee also wanted Luke and Leia to kiss, I believe, so it's fine.
Did he?
What?
No, I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I don't. People will believe it because it takes such as me.
They've already kissed.
I like how I'm upsetting a lot of people on Twitter who are like semi-regulars. There's a lot of criticism toward the objective crowd I've been seeing, but that doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
that's new.
Oh my god, I haven't played Dark Souls in so
Oh my
long.
god, that thing is
Feels
rising up like the Star Destroyers.
How did he like in the opening scene? He's like baiting Kylo with like all this awesome shit. That he just like seems to pull a Star Destroyer out of the floor with the Force.
Yeah, I love how
Man.
he pulls the Star a fully crude one.
I guess he had a conversation
Fully
with him before,
crude
like, okay, so Kylo's got to show up here. Just make sure that when I say so, you come up for
Well,
dramatic effect, even though
you
he
know
can't
how-
see it.
You know how he got that crew there?
How do you do that?
Right, you know how he did it. Well,
Yeah.
I know how he did it. He did it because the Force is a pathway to many abilities
No.
that some consider to
That
be
someone consider
unnatural.
unnatural. Yeah.
It's I remember reading in the leaks. They said something like there's like a throwaway line about how he survived Episode 6, and it's literally
Yeah.
that. It's like something like, "I'll kill you," and he's like, "I was dead once." And it's like, what?
Oh, but it's okay because he lost his irises and one of his fingers.
Oh right, yeah. He like lost his Sith eyes, and then he gets them back.
No, he lost his Sith eyes.
This film is terrible.
It's so bad.
Oh my goodness, oh. So
I don't even know where to stop.
so many things to say. Hello chat, sorry for not paying more attention. I will let me pull up the super chats window so I can start answering these questions. And yes, for anyone wondering, the stream is on the 21st. We've got to wait for a couple more people to see the movie. Right now, we're just gonna chill out and relax. It's the calm before the writing storm. Because you're doing a video for this, right, Jay?
I am.
You have
There's
to.
no way to not. Yeah.
I am. I got so many ideas when I was watching it in terms of just like how I'm gonna break some of this shit down because it's so fucking
It
stupid.
was, because of the leaks, you know the part where Rey is force pulling the ship, right?
Yeah.
So, I, she does that, and the friend over there with is going, "Fucking no, just no." And I'm
Yeah.
knowing I'm there knowing what happens next. I'm just like, give it a minute, man.
What
It's
was
only gonna
with?
get worse from here.
Well, it's and again, like I'm more cool with spoiling the things that are one-to-one with leaks, where they're all just like, "Oh my god, you killed Chewie, you piece of shit," and it's just like, well, let's get moving. Like, it's so fucking awkward. And the way it happens, that whole bit is so wonky in terms of where everyone is and what everyone's doing. Like,
The whole film was like that.
remember when she
Yeah, the
she
whole
just
going for a
wanders
runabout
off.
on the
She just
screen.
wanders off. In the first trailer, everyone saw where she's standing in the desert. That's a result of her needing to leave with all of her friends and going, wait, hang on. If they had
Wait,
just left,
hang
it would,
on.
everything would be
Like,
fine.
Dude, what are you doing?
It's horrifically bad, and it's just the whole like Chewie. It's like Chewie, go get her, and he's like, oh okay, and then he just gets captured. Like,
Okay,
what?
and then he just, yeah. He just sort of walks off. I was like,
Or take the
wow,
knife with
Chewie
you, by
of
the
all
way.
people.
Oh yeah, they just yeah.
Oh yeah. Why
Do
would
you have
he
the
take
whole
it?
of Do you have the whole as well of like, oh, I can't translate that. I can't tell you what it says. Could you
I
just
don't-
fucking
Yeah.
fly there, maybe? Like,
Could he write it down?
Yeah.
no, that would count as translating it.
But it's
Just be like, okay, tell us what place is next to the place that this says.
what's next to
Can you
it?
tell us that?
It's like 3PO. Don't translate it. Just tell us a name of a system, a random system that might just happen to be the one in that thing. But you know, think about it in a random. I don't know. It's
I do
that-
like how they don't think of anything before they're like, all right, so we're just gonna like delete your mind. Are you cool with that?
My
Okay.
favorite part is like the droid tinkerer guy doesn't have any way to back it up. Like the
yeah. Like how?
that's what they knew they were going to do. They know that backups is possible. They're possible. They're like, oh, R2 will have a backup. Yeah, but no, we're not going to use that though. Okay, so why don't we just make one? No.
Why would that guy
would
have it?
remove
He's only a droid smith.
You know.
Do you think the average IT technician has a USB? No.
They go there with the intention of wiping his memory. So why not just back it up before they leave?
Well, they back it up with what? Dio? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, they go from the base, don't they? They leave to.
Well, they go to
that planet
Pisana
from
and
the
then they
base.
go to that place. But
So
they could have
surely
just,
there's,
couldn't they
you
have
know,
just gone to
They
yeah,
just
they
fucking
could have just
stop
gone
at a
back to
truck stop on
base.
the way and buy a fucking
USB.
hard drive. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna read some of these.
We know that like the Falcon has enough space for L3.
Oh fuck! I actually had no idea what you were talking about when you just said that. I've forgotten Solo. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
oh,
is L3? Christ, that movie
I apologize
happened.
for remembering
Yeah, well,
Solo.
yeah, I can't hold it against you too much, but
Solo's better than this movie. Like Solo's better than all of these ones.
yeah.
Why are you
Well,
fighting the Crystal Lizard?
wait, Jay, what do you think is
all of
better?
the sequel trilogy, yeah.
I
Solo's
think
better than every
Solo
sequel
is better
trilogy
than
movie.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'd agree it's better
Because,
than Force Awakens.
Force
as well.
Awakens is fine, but Force Awakens is fine, but full of plot contrivances and destroys the world building.
Yeah, so it's not
So it's
fine
not
then.
fine.
Yeah. And other than those
It's
things,
the
it's
cause
fine.
of this
Like,
mess. We wouldn't have
No,
all of
TLJ
these
TLJ
movies.
is like even okay. So contrivances and world building being broken, you could still get a good trilogy out of that. Like just okay. Well, I guess the world building sucks, but let's just carry on with what we've got.
Sure,
And
I
it's,
guess, yeah.
You still have good characters in that. Good.
Well, I'm sure we all agree that
TLJ
Solo
breaks
is
the characters.
better than TLJ and Rise of Skywalker. Are you sort of
Oh,
fiddling
yeah,
with whether or
sure.
not it's better than Force Awakens?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's worse than Force Awakens, but I mean, I would say for me it's worse than no, for me it's better than Force Awakens because like I care a lot about the world building. I think it's one of the main
Well,
things
yeah,
I value
I mean,
in the
Solo
series.
has Cthulhu monsters, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't break the society
but
world
it's just,
building though.
what I mean is, like, I'm now expected when I watch A New Hope, and we're in Mos Eisley Cantina, I'm meant to expect that this guy and his pal dropped a Cthulhu monster into a black hole, and that this actually happened, and this is canon. It's absurd.
But yeah, do you think Rise of Skywalker is better or worse than TLJ, Jay?
I'd have to give it time.
I feel like I have to give it time, but I feel like it's worse.
Yeah, I think once we have that whole
gut
conversation on the 21st, I'll be able to probably be like, yeah, okay, it's pretty clear that X or Y wins.
What a contest of the kings of terribleness.
That's where we're at.
People are gonna act like the prequels are worse than this.
Oh,
Prequels don't come close.
Prequels destroyed this movie. So
Yeah.
close.
Is it better or worse than Dark Fate?
I feel like, I don't know, it depends. Are we talking strictly as a movie or the meta context? Because the meta context, I would say, is probably a lot worse than Dark Fate. Because Terminator's been bad for a long time.
Can we talk about how it actually broke stuff that was from TLJ?
It does a lot of that.
Yeah, there's heaps of stuff. Yeah, it does a lot to contradict TLJ.
This film did not. This
apparently.
I can't. This
Hold on,
is
yeah.
This is what I mean about I wish I had it to cite. But there's like a blatant line that like sounds like an insult to TLJ. Yeah, it's from Luke. He says like, "Don't you know that like you don't
Oh, the
just
lightsaber
you don't
thing.
just throw. You have to respect the lightsaber.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of that. It's like
Oh, yeah! Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, chat. Luke comes back and he apologizes for throwing the lightsaber essentially in meta form.
He grabs the lightsaber. He grabs it. So Force
Again-
Ghost can grab lightsabers and lift up X-wings, by the way.
Yeah, again, like I was gonna
That's what
say,
they
it's
can
too
do.
late for that. It's just extensions of what we saw
Yeah.
in TLJ. So
So this is what I mean. He wants to run away from TLJ, but he still makes a lot of the same mistakes.
It's like he's like, oh, this is what the fans want, right? The fans don't like TLJ,
Yeah.
so they want me to fix everything. But he's not fixing anything.
He's not fixing
when-
anything.
When he says the hollow maneuver is 1,000,000 to 1, right? That fixes
Like,
the other
oh,
move.
wow, that's pretty lucky.
Breaks TLJ.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
like,
why was Hux so concerned if it was 1,000,000 to 1? He should have been like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
all
like-
trying to do.
yeah. And my favorite part about that is, okay, what would have happened then if what would have happened, 999,000 times out of 1,000,000? Would Holdo have just gone into hyperspace and left?
Yeah, that's the implication.
that would have been so funny.
She just disappears to some other section of the galaxy. It's just like, oh, I guess all my friends are dead. She hangs herself.
I can't believe that's canon now. What she did was 1 in a million. Like what?
What a coincidence. Just what a lucky shot.
Because this is what I meant by Ryan ruined everything with that move. And I remember
Yeah.
being very explicit that they're going to
Another
have to
stupid
account
line.
for it, and they have. It's just that it causes even more problems now.
If you kill this boy on first try, I'm gonna be upset.
I don't think I will. I've come in with one less Estus than I wanted to. I haven't played Dark Souls 3 in so long as well. I feel kind of tismy.
Did you not slash at him while he was getting up? Oh, you did. He's the only boss I've beaten.
Index Gundyr. Oh, see, I rolled all wrong there. I don't want to use a Divine Blessing. That'll be bad.
What's one of those?
Why would you? Oh my goodness! I forgot about this.
Oh, is he doing the growth
Yeah.
spurt? Oh, the stream is
Oh my
really delayed.
God. You missed. Alright.
The other stream is really far behind. Damn.
This is the reception for the funeral. How broken is your jab after that bass? It was a bit of a
Oh,
headache.
he's just doing it now.
I will concede that it was tough. I was saying to Fringy earlier that it was actually hard to keep track of like the movie.
Yep. Yep.
Just
It's
Yeah.
very quick.
It's so badly paced.
It is. It's really fast. Things keep happening very quickly. It moves at a breakneck pace, and it doesn't give you enough time to be like, wait, no, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Wait, no, back up. Wait, hold on.
Reading the leaks, I like expected stuff to be given time to be established. Like it's like reading the leaks. We're like, okay, so there's like 5 fetch quests in the first act,
Yeah, it's
and then
very.
it's like, oh, they're all
yeah.
done in 3 seconds.
What was the guy who said it was video gamey plotting? It's like, in a lot of ways, yeah, it is. There's a lot of these
Yeah.
special items that they need to go to places to get.
yeah, it felt
like a
yeah.
big
Just the fact that it's
First half of
like
the movie.
we needed.
Yeah.
So it all starts with
Plus,
gotta get. Was the knife the first thing, or was it we had to go to the last place Luke tried to search for something?
we had to get the triangle thing, and in order to get the triangle thing, we have to get the sword or the dagger.
In order to get the sword, you have to.
Kylo's triangle thing was the first
But
one.
remember,
That
they
was
go to
like-
Pisana, and
leaks.
all their information in Pisana is this is where Luke's trail went cold.
And then they fall through a hole.
They fall through a hole. And that's what that's what prevents them from being found by the First Order, and it also explains why Luke never found the thing
It gets
because
them
he didn't fall
exactly
in a
where they
hole.
need to be. Yeah.
But
very
apparently
convenient
Darth
they
Uchi
landed on
did.
that.
He fell in that hole and he died.
He just never
Yeah, but
got
then
out.
there was just then Rey healed a worm and it moved and it's like there's a door
Yes.
here.
Why would
oh,
he-
that's a new thing now. So, people with the Force can transfer Force energy into people to turn them into Wolverine.
I'm not.
They can do that so hard that they die.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
No
but
spoilers.
it was
You were
funny.
about to say you had no problem. You didn't have a big problem with that, were you? Was that what
No,
you
I
were
was
about
gonna
to
say I don't have a
Donald?
problem with the idea of force healing, but it's gonna have to be very, very, very specific and hard to do, and you
Yes.
can't just bring someone back to life. I think that's way too far.
No, but
You
you
know,
remember that
hypothetically speaking.
Palpatine said that you can do that. I
Um,
guess.
No, Palpatine said you can stop people from dying.
Yes. No. I'm. That's what I'm kidding. It's like it's not gonna work.
Well,
That's
what you're
way
missing
too
is that
far.
the Force is a pathway to many abilities that
No.
some consider to be unnatural.
Oh.
At least
God.
he was having fun, I guess.
I'm sure he was having a great time, but I wasn't. It's not his
No.
fault.
Rip
Well, he
Darth
seemed like he had
Uchi.
loads of fun with the role.
Dude, Darth Uchi looked
Yeah.
weird as hell.
Welcome
They like made
thought
him
it was
really
fun.
ugly, like alien-wise.
I tell the Lord.
I guess because he's evil.
Wow.
Very well, then take
You gotta make the bad guys ugly, otherwise you know. What if
I
the
want Shad
audience
to do
sympathizes?
a breakdown of the practicality of the N-word knife.
farewell.
What?
Oh, dude, that's like one of the worst parts of the film when they discover where the super room is in the ruins of the Death Star from Uchi's knife. It's like, what?
Oh yeah.
When she
Wow.
just pulls out the ruler. Like, what?
Oh yeah, that made
what if that
those
part
what?
was-
So
What if that part
stupid.
blew up? Then it's like
But
that's
the implication is that the knife was built after the Death Star blew up.
Okay.
Yeah,
why
and they
do
have to
that?
hope that the ruins of the Death Star don't change whatsoever over this whole time. Like, that's
Yeah.
utterly
what if there was a
insane.
really big storm that just destroyed it? How was there even any of it left? It got obliterated. It was nothing. It was there and then it was nothing. God.
People say release the Lucas cut. I don't think you could make a cut of this film that would be like,
No,
oh,
you
that's
have
a good cut.
to. You have to make it non-canonical and retry. That's the only fix to this trilogy.
Yeah, then you
That's
gotta.
what I would
The whole
say.
make the whole thing non-canonical and retry.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my view. You have to make the whole thing
Absolutely, yeah.
non-canonical.
Redo this trilogy.
It's gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna do anything, I would just fuck it. Just make it non-canonical and move the fuck on.
If you get
Yeah.
someone really talented, just remake the prequels as well. Fuck it.
Well, the thing is, we were watching scenes from the prequels the other day, and the big thing that we got from it is, yeah, you tweak this, you make some changes, you do some rewrites on the dialogue, and you can make something good. Like, the ideas are there, the foundation is there, it's the execution that's really bad. Whereas here, it's like, fundamentally, it's just not gonna work.
Well, yeah,
Like, it's
people are
fun.
still
It's like,
trying
what
to
if-
say
what if
that.
Palpatine comes back.
People are still trying to say it's like, yeah, you know, TLJ and Force Awakens. It's like there's just bad ideas, good ideas executed badly. It's like, no.
They're not good ideas, they're
good
very,
ideas.
very bad ideas.
Well, it depends on how far you want to abstract, like, take it to an abstract place before you say, okay, that's a cool idea. It's like, okay, so Luke tries
let's
to
look
kill
at
his
it this way,
nephew
right?
and
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great.
no, that's a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about just take it to a point where it's like so far removed, but technically is describing TLJ. So it's like, okay, so Luke made a mistake and now he's secluding himself
I will say,
because of that mistake. That could be a cool idea.
I don't know how much this is worth, but it felt a lot more like I saw Luke than I saw Jake in this movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he felt a lot. Yeah, I feel like that was JJ apologizing for Ryan.
Yeah.
It does. feel like that, doesn't
Like,
it?
so about that, like, I'm sorry that, that happened, but, we're moving on, right, guys?
Although his hair looked weird in this movie.
It did. It
Like,
looked
that's
hobo-y.
Yeah, he looked. It didn't suit him at all. He looked rough.
Well, I mean, being a Force Ghost is tough, you have to pick up lightsabers and lift X-Wings.
Apparently they've cut out that part
Oh,
where
so-
he has explained that Leia hadn't mastered Force Ghostery yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they added a part where where it was like, this is memory.
Oh, yeah, Han.
Wait, sorry, what did you say they added?
Han
Well,
wasn't
he's
a
not a
ghost,
Force
he was
Ghost,
a memory.
he's just a memory.
Right, yeah. It's,
It was a memory, interacting
He's a
with
very vivid
interacting
memory, though.
real time.
Yeah.
So we want a Force Ghost, but we can't have one here. So what did we say? Oh, it's just not one.
it's just not one. Yeah, because it's a really, really cheap way of trying to escape that criticism immediately. This is kind of what I mean. The whole script felt really cheap. He's just finding the slippery ways to get out of having to deal with anything.
Slippery JJ. Slippery
So many of
JJ.
it felt like, oh, I'm getting criticized for this. I better put in a throwaway line.
Yeah. But the throwaway line doesn't fix anything.
It's just it's like have one X-wing turn up to Exegol and fire its way through the majority of the ships, and you pretty much won the fight. And it's like, we can't do that. Have a line where he says that's 1 in a million. How is it 1 in a million to park an X-wing right up to a Star Destroyer and then activate? It's like, what else could you hit? And don't give me that shit about it needs to be bigger. It's like, nah, if you punch a hole that's a coin size through all those ships right the way through, it's gonna do some damage, especially at that speed. But they didn't even try that. They just said, nah, it's just unlikely. It's like, how is it unlikely? How does that work?
Well, I'll tell you
Just
how
shut up,
works.
it just does.
The Force is a pathway.
Yeah.
Why are there legions of Sith? What was that about?
Yeah, why are there like 10,000 Sith? So there
No,
was
those are
never
just
balance
guys
in the
in
Force. There was never balance in the Force.
It's
So
just
like
hooded
Luke,
guys.
there was always what were they doing? Were they just sitting around? Why did they
They
never
were
get
just.
involved before?
What were they fucking eating?
They were eating?
Yeah, what were they eating?
Oh, I thought you meant there was
like
a scene where
No,
they were
but
eating.
remember, the dark side leads to a place that's somewhat, unnatural. God, you just got 10,000 Sith sitting in an auditorium at the end of the movie.
It's
they
insane. I
all
thought they were
died.
statues, and I was like, that's a weird amount
I
of
thought they were
work.
statues too.
But then they
Yeah.
moved, and I was like, oh my god.
They said things. There's just always been 10,000 Sith.
Unreal, dude. And like, it seems to be like this ceremony that... Why is it that if she killed Palpatine, Palpatine would go into her body? What's that about?
Yeah, that doesn't make. Why would that work?
It's like they're trying to say that that's
do
what was
that
happening in
like
the
so.
OT. That's what Palpatine wanted Luke to do. But it's like, I thought the whole point
No,
was that...
no, it wasn't. The
this-
whole point was he was going to become his apprentice now.
Yeah, and like, if he kills Palpatine, that pushes him over to the dark side. And as far as Palpatine's concerned, as long as the Sith are ruling, he's ultimately
Yeah.
winning. But no, now it's like, nah, he's... Apparently,
No,
if you
he's
kill him,
literally,
he
like-
gets to inject himself into you, except when it doesn't work that way, like at the end of the film. I don't
No,
understand.
because at the end of the film she kills him anyway.
But the logic is going to be that no, he killed himself.
Okay. What?
Oh yeah, I saw...
So why didn't...
This is actually something I saw when the thing got leaked, but it was like, why would you continue to fire lightning when it's actually ripping your
Yeah.
face off? Like,
I think he's done that before though.
no, he hasn't. He's never done it to the point where it's killing
well, yeah,
him.
It's never killed him. Yeah.
That's true, yeah, but
There is a
still,
difference
he did
between
to the
it...
point where he
Well, this is-
scarred and deformed himself.
This is the thing,
Isn't
there's
it
a lot of
great
discussion
going
on that
away?
because the second that Mace Windu gets his hand chopped off, he just immediately stops doing his please don't kill me face and puts on his like,
Yeah.
yeah, we win, fuck you. So it's implied
But
that
the
like
thing
maybe
is,
he
right-
wouldn't have killed him anyway. Like he was not actually in danger is my point.
Well, don't you love, however, that like Mace Windu and 4 other like Jedi, Jedi Masters couldn't do anything to Palpatine. Yoda couldn't beat Palpatine, but Rey can with like what 3 years of training.
Dude, all of the Jedi were in here.
Oh yeah, that. Why weren't all the
Wow,
Jedi in Mace
what a
Windu?
slag.
That didn't help him out.
He didn't look
Oh,
into the
and they got
stars
him-
and ask for it, did he?
They got him back for a line. They got him back. He was one of the people.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
spoke.
he had a line.
Yeah.
Wait, he did?
Yeah, Mace
Yes,
Windu
he
definitely
did.
had a line.
They got him. They got everybody. And they got Ahsoka's voice actress too. So Ahsoka's dead. Cool.
How
Confirmed.
good,
Ahsoka's
how good would that moment have been in a good film?
in a good movie. Yeah.
Well, see, that was their. That's what I mean about like.
Such an emotional moment.
They genuinely seem to be ripping off Endgame. Like, this is so unearned. It's like, look, it's the portal scene. It's all of the people we know across the
Oh, yeah,
series. It's like,
yes.
well, no, it's not. But no, you can't just no. And like, I haven't seen Legend of Korra, but isn't that like one for one kind of her story as well? Like, she's like super
Oh.
OP and has all of the past avatars in her, or whatever.
But that was never a thing with the Jedi. Like, I don't know, you're just kind of like. And does that mean Mace Windu was a Force ghost too? He figured out how to do it? Because I thought Qui-Gon was the first one.
Excellent point.
Yeah, so that means that. Ooh, oh no, it gets worse.
And yeah, and if you're gonna say like, no, it's just all the Jedi in general, their voices, like, well, wouldn't there be a fucking
So then
scatter
what-
storm of voices from the thousands of
Yeah.
years of Jedi? They're all like,
feel
hey,
like we
Ray,
have a
Ray,
lot-
Ray. Kit Fisto was like, hey, Ray.
the ones who don't
Ray.
speak English.
When is it my turn
Ray,
to
you're
speak? Ray.
pretty cool. Can I get your autograph? Jeez.
I still wish Jar Jar had his cameo.
Yeah,
Wait, did I
Jar
just-
Jar, Misa with you.
Did I just summon? I just summoned someone called the Dawn Slayer. Is that what I just did? Is that the name of you, person?
in the game?
Someone knows that I'm playing this game in my audience, I guess. Get summoned. I want to know the name of the person. Ow! Stop shooting me. Oh, that was weird, by the way. When Kylo turns good, they start like doing comedy with him.
Yeah.
So the first where he pulls out the lightsaber and like all the knights back up, and then he just goes like, huh? It's like, what? That's weird. Kylo's like not a jokester. And then when he falls into the thing and he goes, ow. Like, what? So weird.
See, you know the part where Palpatine chucks him off the cliff?
Yeah.
In the leaks, that was just it.
Yeah, no, in the leaks that's how it ended apparently, but
She just
can you
died.
imagine?
Fucking
Like, the
throw
film is not exactly, you know, great or anything, but oh, imagine that was the end of Kylo Ren. Holy shit.
I was like, man, that was because seeing it, I expected that leak to be true, and I was like, oh man, that was like even less climax.
Yeah, I was like, wow, poor Adam Driver. Like, geez, you're part of this series and you just get thrown off a cliff.
I mean, poor Adam Driver, anyway.
Yeah, really. I mean, because, yeah. I mean, we all knew Kylo Ren would be the most inconsistently written character. He was exempt from our list.
Yeah, no, he would probably take the cake for doing an honest, like, out of everybody thing, but fuck doing it for everybody, it's not even fair.
So who was the 9 question? Is it Ray or could be
Ray.
I
is
think
the
it's
most
probably Ray, yeah.
inconsistent, Yeah.
I think
she's
Hux is a fair
flip-flopping all
shout,
the
but
time.
it's not much.
Yes, but he's not in it long enough. Yeah.
So who actually won? Who got the vote right?
I'll have to check. Well, we'll do that on the EFAP stream. There's not much point in doing it right now.
Yeah.
And besides, we can't just say that
Rewind
that's the
it one
case.
time.
We have to see what everyone else thinks.
Yeah.
Because I think Rags is really going to be pulling for Hux.
Yeah, but I mean, he's right. You know, Hux is pretty bad, but like he's barely in it.
Hux is a different character in every fucking.
I'm the spy.
He really is.
The last day of the Republic.
They bring in this General Pride person just to replace
Yeah,
the
just-
character. That's who Hux was in the first film.
But
Yeah.
not anymore. But that's
They
that's
switched the role,
that's not-
would have been fine. Like, it would put Hux in the position that General Pride is in. Yeah, you could see him delivering like every single one of General Pride's lines.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so that it's a twist that he's the spy.
Movie Bob gave the film an 8 out of 10. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Well, I guess that's your reaction to that. All right. Was it true? All of it? Does it hurt? So I'd say the leaks were like 60% true. There's a lot of detail. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I think they're probably 100% true. It's just that we saw a cut that lost a lot of little bits. So,
So what were the best parts of the leaks that we? I'm going to say best, I mean worst. But what was it that was cut out?
probably the whole thing
So,
about Lando
Lando?
and just his
Yeah.
son or daughter, whatever, child, just being...
Did he not know the gender of his child?
I don't know. Well, this is the thing. The one we saw, there's no indication that he has any kind of lost child, right? Does he say anything about it? I don't think so.
No, he doesn't. And that makes the line at the end with what's her face seem like he's just hitting on her.
Also, it's kind of weird, like, I didn't even think about this because I was just thinking about all the other stupids, but now we have to go back to, like, so what the hell is Lando even doing there? Like, what are the odds of them bumping into him? And he just says, like, oh yeah, I was looking for it with Luke. And it's like, so you just decided to stay here, I guess, for your whole life? What about Bespin? What happened to that? Oh, do you like that, by the way, at the end of the film, where they just show Endor, Bespin, a bunch of places with a Star Destroyer
Yeah.
getting destroyed over it? It's like, wait, are you implying that they were about to get
Why-
destroyed?
Why did all the Star Destroyers blow up?
Because
Well, because when you shoot the cannon at the bottom, it just blows up the whole thing.
also, well, didn't they say, like, if they don't have any
What?
navigation... Oh, that's another... There's so much wrong with this film.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right. Because
the
way
whole
it
goal-
works with
To prevent the...
planet.
To stop the fleet, they have to destroy the navigation tower. Then they realize that Pride has re-whatevered the navigation tower to his personal Star Destroyers. It's like, first of all, why isn't there one of those on every one of them, considering they're always going on missions on their own? But secondly, if they destroy Pride's ship or whatever, can I just reactivate the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't need to get these Star Destroyers out right now. It's like if the tower is broken, just wait until something else arrives.
It's bad.
My favorite. Okay. I didn't realize watching the film that they had said that there were loads of like whirlwinds or whatever above the planet, that it would actually be difficult to traverse. So I genuinely thought that JJ had written in that they needed navigation towers to just go fucking up.
That's the implication, because they all just fall apart. Do you like how when the Emperor electrocuted everything, all the main characters just got their ships turned off for a little bit?
Yes.
All the non-main
That- I-
characters got fucking obliterated. It's like, oh.
But then there's still loads of good ships after that, like to destroy all of the. So okay, when there was a Star Destroyer over Bespin, like who's blowing that up even?
I don't know. But I also don't know what's going on because, right, so they explain that Palpatine's plan is to basically just blow up a bunch of free planets to establish dominance. So those Star Destroyers went there and just conveniently got blown up the second they had the chance to, you know, blow up the target.
So they didn't even prevent the Star Destroyers from leaving. They
That's
just
why
destroyed
I
each
don't
individual
get
Star
any of
Destroyer
it. None of it makes
because they're
sense.
pish.
And you know that
Also, how do you blow up Bespin? It's a gas giant.
you can blow up one of the buildings. blow up the building that we saw in the OT or whatever. Just show it from the inside.
Going
Show
to
it
blow
just
up
like.
the air.
I also like that
You could
the
there's
whole
probably a core
galaxy
to a
was-
gas giant. There of something, I don't know, planets.
Yeah, that's right. Admittedly, the bigger thing with that whole battle is I like how this time they got galvanized against the final order. That's right. Oh,
Final order.
the final order.
fucking means, dude.
It's Palpatine's final order. Yeah.
Wolfenstein. So okay, they kind of just abandoned the old First Order, like the conflict they had with that. Sure, like what, didn't they already have an established power base, and that's why they were a threat? This whole movie establishes an entirely new threat,
There's a
and then
bunch
has
of
them deal with that.
failed Snoke clones.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That shit
Oh.
threw me for a loop, man. When I saw that, I was like, what? This? You can just make incredibly powerful Sith Lords? What?
So one, yeah. Oh! I forgot about that.
This... Guys
Well,
who
what
are
do you
listening,
think of that, Cliff?
you don't understand. Everything is wrong with this film.
I can't think of much that works, to be honest with you.
So bad.
You know, and that final battle doesn't come anywhere close to Luke versus Vader.
I don't even
It's not even
understand.
close to Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's not even touching that.
The stakes don't, like, it's just like, oh, so
The
here are the
stakes
rules of the
don't
fight,
make
right?
sense.
You've got an extremely powerful Jedi and a recently turned Sith against a person who, if they die, becomes all-powerful inside Rey. You're like, alright. He sucks the Force life out of him and becomes rejuvenated, and you're like, okay. And
That's something
then,
you can do, just suck people's life out.
and then one of them just gets a second wind and
Gets
kills
them
him
to
with his own
suck.
electric, and you're like, what? How? How?
I thought you were super powerful now. Yeah. You have some of her power even.
Also, the dyad wasn't scrubbed from the movie entirely. We definitely got that dyad
Oh,
would
yeah.
pop it up.
The Dad.
They didn't bother explaining any of it, though. They just said it's a forced dyad. It's
fuck,
just
I'm a
what it
dyad.
is. Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes review score? I don't know where that's at right now.
It's at 53, I think, 54. So it's the second lowest reviewed by critics film, even below Attack of the Clones.
I feel like that's gonna
Which
plummet.
is the lowest then?
Well, I think Phantom Menace is the lowest, but Phantom Menace is better than this movie.
Yes.
So,
And I
but
don't
I
care
think
if people
all it-
say,
all
yeah,
it
but Phantom
tells
Menace
us-
is boring. I'd be like, motherfucker, do you...
I take boring and somewhat functional over terrible.
This film is perfect for the Jaggly Keys crowd, sure. It's just, there's action, action, action. They fly now. They fly now. So funny.
Who would have called that 3PO was going to be the best character in this film? Well,
Well,
other
do you
than the
remember
Little Dwarfman.
when again, another moment I thought was actually funny, when they all fall, and he's like, Finn, Ray, and he goes, you didn't call for my name, but I'm okay. Like, it's just like, oh, poor guy.
See, I didn't like that joke actually watching it, but I enjoyed your retelling it.
I just, like, I don't know, I'm gonna point out in my video that 3PO was the only thing that kept me in the movie. Which is bizarre.
Yeah, I've never liked 3PO before.
Yeah, I think
It's
3PO's
not like I hate him or
fine to me,
anything.
but when he's surrounded
I've
by
never cared about
god-awful characters, I think that he just becomes a really strong character. Reylo is incest? I mean, you got... They are...
No?
Palpatine's not related to the Skywalkers or the Solos whatsoever.
Unless people are counting it as like, you know, how Palpatine
Force
technically helped
incest.
conceive
Oh, I don't know.
Anakin because of the Force. Palpatine used the Force to conceive Anakin.
So what? Is he God? Like, what is that?
To quote our favorite
Oh,
Long
wait.
Idius, oh, for God's sake, we all knew it was going to be shit. I mean, we can definitely say that with confidence with this one, because the leaks are pretty much the film. Like, there's not a lot that's significantly different. Oh yeah, I got called, like an anti-shill, and I'm doing it for money on Twitter. I thought that was very interesting. I just like
You're just
he's
hating these films for money.
yeah, that was it. That's the claim. I hate them for money, and it's just funny
Oh,
because
why would anyone hate these films other than for money?
there's no reason. There's no reason. It's funny as well because my last two Game of Thrones videos got demonetized. So like those ones are like the significant work I've done over the past like coming up to like 4 months, 5 months maybe. So it's just like, yeah, I'm doing a really great job, aren't I? Really taking care of my channel on that one. But no, I don't hate this film. I just find it to be god awful and hilarious because I kind of got past the hate point. I think were you guys pissed off at any point?
No.
Probably. Yeah,
Wait.
probably.
I was pissed off a little bit when Leia
Reylo case.
just fell over.
Oh yeah, like, Leia's dead now, by the way. Just
And the fact
died.
that they do a double take and that's when Rey fucking gets the cheap shot of Kylo. I was just like, wow.
the fucking what was it? It's completely left my mind now.
There's so much wrong with it. It's just, obviously we're just rambling. I'm looking forward to breaking it down in full. Hopefully we'll have some form of a structure. We'd have to combine the minds of everybody to remember each of the scenes. Was Sheev creamy? I don't think we can really say that. I don't think.
He didn't seem he didn't look to be particularly moist.
No. Spoil
He
me,
looked
daddy.
quite dry.
When we spoiled by the leaks or any... Wait, that's kind of why it's not too bad for us to discuss this, because most of this stuff people would actually know if they'd watched EFAP, so... Hello, anti-shills of Babu Frick's brood. Please ignore Patricia and Jack. I don't care how badly Jay wants to lose his V-card to Patricia's. Oh my god, hairy hole. That's terrifying. Though they do seem a little bit pissed at me on Twitter. I've been doing snarky tweets about themes, and then they're like, "He doesn't fucking understand themes. Themes are too..."
That sounds like every interaction you've ever had.
Pretty much. Doesn't really bother me.
So it's an objective flaw, but it doesn't bother you.
It's an objective flaw that it doesn't bother me. What do you mean?
But it doesn't bother you.
Oh, I would say their argument's pretty flawed, yeah. What of it? What of it, Jay? Though, I think the TLJ people are in a little bit of a meltdown, because they're like... They gotta be annoyed that TLJ was ruined, and then they gotta simultaneously deal with the fact that criticism they levy at the film is gonna be just thrown back at them with all the arguments they've been using over the past 2 years. Which, by the way, is hilarious.
Like, there's really no way out of it.
Yeah, they can't. That's what I mean. They're in a fucking tough place. So, say for example, they say like, I don't know, the characters suck in the film. We'd be like, it's really disappointing that you hate female and Asian actors, but you know, fine, be racist. And then they'd be like, that's not it at all. And you're like, oh, that's not it? Fuck, sorry. Like, forgive me if I don't take advantage fully of this situation. Yeah, and I know they're not happy about it. But I mean, I'm sorry, like, TLJ's only aged poorly. Rise of Skywalker is probably gonna age poorly, but it didn't start out great. And together, the three of them, what a ghastly trilogy.
The whole series. It's not gonna look good in, you know, through its time.
I can't believe it's done. And do you love the complete retcon of Rey's parents? And he's like, your parents were nobody, but they were also Palpatines. Like, okay. It's so funny. Imagine being in the writing room. He's like,
my lack of sleep is catching up with me now.
You can escape, Jay. Me and Frankie will just talk about,
I'll just come off the back of a big old sleep because I went to the midnight screening.
Go on, Jay. Get out of here, you piece of shit.
No.
Alright, then. I'm gonna continue reading these. Sopretschutz. Spoiler, you massive racism. Ochi was the best part of the film, better than TLJ, but still a bad film. The script was written around Leia's recorded dialogue and feels unnatural. She felt really unnatural in the film. She felt pasted wherever she was, and I know that you're gonna be like, well, she was. It's like, yeah, I know. Like, it didn't feel otherwise. There's so many shots of her from the back. And... I don't know, man. I think they probably should have just gone with not having her in there.
It's a little bit, I wonder if there's a question of, you know, ethics when it comes to that.
I suppose if... Oh, yeah, there's a scene where Billy Lord says something to her in the film, and I felt really uncomfortable. That's her daughter.
Wait, hang on, right?
You okay?
What's that? Sorry? What was the scene you're talking about?
Yeah.
So if you just Google Billy Lord, that's the... You look at the actress, you'll possibly recognize her. She plays a relatively insignificant character, but she's Carrie Fisher's daughter, and she says something to her in the film, and it just feels awkward watching her daughter talk to her in the film when she's not alive. It's just, like, weird.
All her scenes were so fucking awkward. Like, cut away to so that we can do an impressionist's line. It was all...
Well, yeah, like, loads of it was from her back, and it was just like, yeah. They got no choice, I guess.
Oh, I wonder why they're shooting it like that.
Well, it's just because it's the question of whether or not that's something you should be doing anyway.
It really,
She's
it
not
felt
alive
like she
anymore,
wasn't
so-
there. Like, even though she was physically on screen, it felt like she wasn't there.
Well, yeah, I was too distracted by the outlines. She always looked like she wasn't there.
And then when she's dying, it's the silhouette. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And just they have that line from Maz Kanata, so she reaches out to Kylo and it takes what remains of her energy, I suppose.
Oh, that's why that happens.
I guess.
Well, that's what happened with Luke as well, because he died because he was, you know, doing his Force astral projection, and that's what killed him.
And I think that's what they were trying to say, is that she recognized that this was the moment, you know, because Kylo was about to kill Rey, so Leia had to break through to him, and she did, and to do it, she had to die.
And then Rey stabbed him.
Rey stabbed
Yeah,
him
Rey
in
stabbed
the
him.
most dishonorable way ever. He had the kill shot on her, and then he stopped, and then she just kills him. It's like, wow.
And that's the only time she came close to losing, and she still didn't lose. She still won in the end.
Well, she
When do you think,
the plot protects her from dying.
Well, this is the thing, because people will probably cite, like, oh, well, she was losing. It's like, no, but you don't understand. Like, Luke lost fights, Anakin lost fights, Obi-Wan lost fights. Like, all the main characters in this series have lost fights, unequivocally, where they straight up lose and get an arm cut off. It's like, oh, cool, that's you done. You know what I mean? It's like, they lose.
Why did they not just let Rey be dead?
I actually think I would have preferred it if she had died and Ben
Yeah.
was like just to live on with the Skywalker Solo name and be good.
Yeah, but the whole
Yeah.
thing, because it was pretty obvious that they were going for the whole family is, you know, it's not blood. Like, it was so obvious because they had lines pretty much expressly stating that.
What
It's
if it,
not
what if it is
subtle at
like
all.
when she's like, I want to go fucking kill Palpatine, and Finn's like, that's not you. She's like, people keep saying that. Bullshit. No one knows who I am. It's like, all right. I mean, if you could call a through line for this trilogy, it would be, I guess, finding where you fit, owning your identity.
I think it was
Choosing your own
brilliant tale
family.
of her having all the Jedi in her.
Ooh. Shouldn't say it like that, Jay. That's a sexism.
What? She's allowed to do that if she wants.
I am all of the Sith, and I am all of the Jedi. It's like, what?
I am all of the Jebs.
Jeb would
I
annihilate
love
both
how
of
they're
them.
like they're trying to make it like an ending, but there has to because all the Sith got crushed or something. You know, they're all dead. And it's like cool. Okay, so are there never any more Sith ever? Are we never gonna have stories past this point in the Star Wars
Oh no,
universe?
they're
Is
gonna
that-
make episode 10, surely.
Of course they are. Like, you got people saying this is the last time we'll ever see the title crawl. It's like, come on, guys. Are you real? You really think they're not gonna make another one?
To be fair,
Give it 10,
instead of
15
making
years.
episode 10, they might make a new episode 7.
Oh my god.
I don't know if they'd retcon
they'd
it. I
never
don't-
do that,
'cause then
but it'd be
to
so funny if they did.
It would be to admit that they messed up. Yeah.
No, I think they should be like, well, you know, this is an alternative episode 7.
They won't.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I think they want to just run with it.
Let
Are
me
you, are
hope.
you are you basing that on like Dark Fate or?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
what,
that,
Jay?
I mean,
Yeah.
that would be, I guess the
Yeah,
precedent
but
has
it's
been
not
established by
based on
that.
Money though, whereas this is still gonna make money. It's probably, and if it makes money, it's a success. It's a success, I guess. But yeah.
And the precedent's been set by that and Ghostbusters now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess we have examples of them doing that. Yeah,
I just
sure.
don't picture them doing it.
I don't think they will. No.
It's like, it's whatever. Well, they're gonna make more Star Wars movies. They're gonna make
Oh, of
whatever they
course
think is gonna make them the most money, and I think that might be it.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, if you do that, you're just admitting point blank that you failed and that you need to try again. And I don't know that they're going to do that.
I think you're right to say it's an alternative.
No. But what I mean is, it is basically an admission that they failed.
Yeah,
They'll say,
why would you make an
say whatever,
alternative?
Why would you
other
remake
like,
it?
yeah,
You're not
they,
gonna remake the original.
they can't avoid those questions.
Yeah.
And if they were just
what if
like,
they do remake the original movies?
Oh. Oh.
how is this guy not getting
don't
pissed
suggest
at this
that's a
thing
possible
hitting him over and over again? Come on, dude. Fucking stand up for yourself. Giant thing holding guy. He just keeps getting hit and he doesn't care. It's upsetting me. Oh, he died? Wow. I'm gonna take his stuff. As soon as I'm able to. Great hammer and a moaning shield? I've heard shields are bad, I can't use them.
Seems like a lot of critics have a problem with a strong female character today. I'm sorry a Space Wizard movie hurt your feelings.
Is that from...
What's that about? Jeremy.
Well, yeah, but that's just... He's essentially just parodying the reverse, right?
What's he saying that about?
Rise of Skywalker to people who are giving it bad reviews.
Because they're giving it negative
Oh, yeah,
reviews,
right.
which
Oh,
can
yeah.
mean only one thing.
That makes sense.
Alright, where were we? A froggled and an unkicked jay. Is your doggo still tired from his thrust, or has he jumped the fence more? Also, you can spoil what's already rotten. Rags is seeing it tomorrow, as far as I know.
Well, I don't think it's out in America until tomorrow, yeah.
I know that Shad has
Oh, I'm
seen
gonna
it.
have to wait.
The Rotten Tomatoes score is hilarious. Where is it currently standing at?
I think it's like 57, like I said before. I think it's let me find it.
Imagine it's
Yeah,
being
so
fucking
it's
like.
at a
It's
it
not
is
fresh.
at-
At least there's that.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's 59, which means it's on the precipice of being fresh. But yeah,
This says that one General Hux scene Mauler reaction. He has like 3 or 4 scenes, doesn't he?
And they're all
shot in
like
the gut just immediately and dying.
all of the General Hux scenes are like something that you could describe as, you know, that scene with General Hux.
Yeah, like where they're like there's a spy among us, and then Pride just looks at Hux. I remember thinking like,
Just-
what?
yeah.
Do we just assume it's him? I guess we do.
Why?
This brand new character that we've never met before.
See, I think I prefer what was this? What is it? Richard E. Grant.
Yeah.
I prefer his take on like the
He's closer to Tarkin.
persona of a military general. I like him in that role. It
He
would've
just
been good if
feels
was
he
playing
feels more
Hux the whole time.
competent, and we like competence.
Yes.
Like he is frustrated when things are going wrong. He like has plans immediately for things. Though I just don't understand. It's like, oh, our command. You know when they're the fucking horses and they ride across the thing,
Yeah.
and they launch
tilt
like a
the ship
shit
to the
ton.
side.
Just tilt the fucking
Yeah, just
ship.
tilt the ship.
They actually acknowledge it. They're like, we can't stop them. We can't jab their speeders. It's like, why not? It's like, well, they're not using. It's like, how about you just fucking turn the ship? Do you guys
Or, like,
remember
go into
when
hyperspace right now?
when Lando picks them up? They're on top of the ship. Then it cuts to a wide shot, and they're like tilted fully, like by 90 degrees as
Yeah.
they fly away. And I was just like, well, you just dropped them. Oh.
Oh, JJ. Imagine being like that much of a talent black hole.
I feel like no, he's gone into Michael Bay territory now. In terms of like reputation for people who are critical on film, just like fuck JJ. Molly, you're gonna do a Game of Thrones season 8 final rage and or do another critique of TFA? Yes, both of those, they're all on a big old list, but I think episode 9's sort of reared its ugly head. So I'll be
Imagine
taking that out.
getting the opportunity to make 2 Star Wars films and making something that like generic and uninspired.
Well, that's like your opinion, dude. It just all it was is that it just wasn't what you wanted. So
It wasn't what I wanted. I will agree. It was pretty funny.
why do I feel like this is some kind of group therapy? I mean, it's kind of like that with TLJ. With this one, this is just for me. It's just like a let's all gather and laugh at the stupid poopy. Like I said, there were things that definitely pissed me off, but nowhere near as the feelings I got from TLJ, which I think it's just because Star Wars is kind of fucked. So it was like harder
The
to be
damage
upset.
was
Yeah,
already done.
it's weird. And the fact, you know what, I'll just put it out there. Some of the attempted repairs were like, okay, that does, you know, I'm not gonna be completely dickish in terms of like Luke, for example. It's like he's there for very little, and he just acts like Luke, I would imagine, would act. Like, is that a good thing? It's like, it's just tough because of TLJ's stain.
No, it contradicts TLJ.
Oh god.
Oh, there are going to be so many of those essays.
He's
about how
actually,
this
I think
movie
that's fair.
ruined
I think
TLJ.
he's actually a fair choice for being inconsistent. He doesn't feel like the Luke from TLJ at all. Remember how, oh, that's another one. She says like, I wanted to come to this island like you, and then he was like, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done this at all.
Yeah, that was the message of TLJ, though, wasn't it?
Well, you could definitely argue that, but I just find it amusing that it's so blatant. Just like you could definitely go with like a metatextual view in the same way that repairing the helmet, that's not necessarily a repair of TLJ. It's like, yeah, but I mean, there's no reason for the helmet in the film, so it just comes across as JJ being like, no.
The fucking helmet and the lightsaber getting repaired is just like, hey, by the way, there's no stakes. You know, anything that gets destroyed, anything that gets taken away, we can just bring it back if we want. Lightsaber, helmet, Emperor.
Okay, wait, now I'm confused. Wait, so with the lightsabers, the lightsaber that got ripped in half in TLJ, that was, which one was that?
It had the equivalent of like
Luke's.
a band-aid on it, but like a metal band-aid.
Yeah. They just taped it back together.
It makes sense.
Okay. Where's Luke's green lightsaber?
We didn't see it. It's not in the film. No, wait.
Because that would have
Yeah,
been
you
a good lightsaber.
You
for
see it.
Hunter.
You see it when he's trading Leia, which was a weird scene.
Yeah.
That just felt like an attempt to be like, we didn't do any of this work.
Hey, look,
We didn't do this
Jason.
properly. Basically, is what that feels like.
Well, the thing is, I would have preferred to see a trilogy where we got to see that story happen.
That might
And
be
it's
with the films they
not a-
make next, to be fair.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm calling that now. Actually, they've got the de-aging tech now. I reckon they're gonna do
Ugh.
what?
I'm just thinking like, would they need Luke's voice? I guess they could get an impressionist.
Oh, Mark Hamill is alive.
No, he's not
yeah,
interested
but
though.
Mark Hamill's got a...
Oh,
Is
is
he
he?
not interested
No?
in doing
As far as
anymore?
I know, he doesn't want to do any more of this, but I could totally see him
I don't
being like,
blame him.
leave me the fuck alone. I'm so tired of this.
I don't blame him. Like, he can't be happy with this.
The size of the Sith fleet is amazing. It would increase the size of the First Order fleet by 10,000-fold, lol, all with the Death Star laser tech. What could destroy a planet? It's like, well, this is the thing. If someone was trying to up the stakes from JJ, it'd be like, I guess we'll have a universe of planets
billion.
that could all destroy a galaxy each. That's how we do it now.
Oh,
You can't take the stakes higher than that. You can't take the stakes higher than.
No, yeah,
Oh.
higher than a
I-
fleet of ships that can destroy planets on their own.
I like, by the way, that piloting is Poe's thing, and in the beginning of the film, Chewie apparently complains that he's not good enough at it, and he's like, yeah, I know, I'm not Rey, and I was like, ugh. Poe, you're supposed to be, like, amazing at piloting, but okay. I guess he's just
This
not
is
used to
your
piloting the Millennium
job.
Falcon, you know?
You had one job.
When Rey was wearing Luke's X-Wing helmet, I was just like, fuck off. Just fuck off.
Wouldn't that have been great with characters that we liked and cared about?
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Also, what is his name? Wex Buckley or Snap Wexley? That's it. He's dead now. I don't really know who he was, but yeah,
Who?
exactly.
Who's Snap Wexley?
He was sort of the fat guy, if you will. He was he was in The Force Awakens. He's the one that when he dies, Poe goes, "No!"
Porkins.
I knew that he was gone.
It's just funny because,
I don't know
like,
what's the
he's a friend of JJ's. That's why he was in The Force Awakens, not in the TLJ in this movie. But it's just confusing
Where was
because,
he
like,
then?
if you watch the three of them, you're like, "Where were you?" And oh, you're dead now. Okay, why? I don't know what's happening. It's so unfocused.
I wonder how similar this is to the ending that we would have got if JJ had got the second film in the trilogy as well.
Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't have been as bad, even though I don't think JJ is particularly good at making Star Wars movies.
My guess is that we would have got the same story, but with Snoke instead of Palpatine.
Yes, and I think that they would have actually put... It would have been probably poorly written, but there would have been a whole bunch of lines to explain what Snoke did, how this all happened.
Right.
And I don't know, yeah,
And
like...
it doesn't fully undermine it. It doesn't like completely undermine the original trilogy, which is what this does, because it means that what Darth Vader did kind of didn't count for shit. Like,
And to be honest with you,
as
I'd be
a
really
person,
curious to
as
see
a
it.
character.
What
Yeah.
JJ would have done.
Yeah.
I also would be really curious to see George Lucas's sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Get George Lucas to do the treatments, I think, and then get fuck it, he's good at writing. Like, can't think of any of them right now. You know who's good at writing? Russell T Davies. He made a good show recently.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, it is.
How dare you?
Get him to do the actual dialogue, the scripts and stuff. Then fuck it, Ryan can direct. He makes pretty looking films.
I mean, this film was pretty.
Yeah.
This is what I mean about,
Look,
like...
actually, so much of the action was like confusingly shot.
There was a lot of
Was like, okay,
flickering...
oh, it was, what?
Shit tons of flickering lights and fast cuts. I found that a lot in this
Oh,
film.
yeah, R.I.P. if you have epilepsy.
You know, before the movie played, I got an epilepsy warning. I was like, I've never seen a movie with an epilepsy warning. Is this like for this movie?
You know what? I think that makes sense. I actually thought it was kind of neat when they first saw the Emperor, and you had all these different flashes that showing different, like... It made him come across as a lot more monstrous, but then they just... That's constant. Every moment you see him is
it was
that, and I was
so
just like...
distracting.
Yeah, I just got really bored of it really quick, and I was like, can you stop?
It's like, you just couldn't fucking see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't focus on an image. It just kept changing. You're just like, okay, oh, okay, yeah, mm-hmm.
And that's how a few of the action scenes were shot as well. Like, you just couldn't focus on what was going on.
The fight between Rey and Kylo isn't great.
I thought it was
from
shit.
distance, sure.
They're just constant heavy swinging.
Yep.
And there's like no comboing, it's all just
And you compare it to the fights in the prequels.
Kylo and Rey go swinging.
I was just getting bored by it.
Well, that's the thing. Is like you know, at least with the prequels, the fights were really entertaining to watch. You know, Duel of the Fates is great to watch.
It is.
Or you guys just didn't get what you wanted and that's why you're saying it's bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely didn't get what I wanted. Yeah, you're right about that. Like, am I not allowed to say this? Like, yeah, I didn't get what I wanted out of this trilogy.
Yeah, it means that it's not bad, you just didn't get what you personally
That
desired.
means you're racist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just making a twofold assessment. I didn't get what I wanted, and it's bad. Like, not I didn't get what I wanted.
Also, what you're saying is you
someone's
wanted
bad.
something good. That's pretty entitled of
Yeah.
So this is
Okay,
a
well, I mean, I am paying for it, but yeah.
got a
Right.
philosophical question here. If we have watermelons, then why don't we have fire melons, earth melons, and air melons?
you. Because the Melum elements would be too powerful.
What, so
The
like
elements.
the universe just
The
refused
elements.
to make them because they'd be too powerful? That's bullshit, Jay. I hate your lies.
The name would be too funny, and people wouldn't be able to deal with it.
Jay, how does it feel
People wouldn't be able to deal with the Melom elements.
that subreddit said that they liked you until you were friends with me? How does that feel?
I've heard that enough times before that I'm like, okay, fine.
It's just funny. That's a subreddit that's described as having intelligent and respectful conversations about the like to be critical. Like the goal is discuss. The topic is critical of Star Wars pre-Disney. That's what that subreddit's all about.
Okay.
That's like
So,
they describe.
I saw,
That's how they describe
I
themselves.
went up there. The first post I saw on that subreddit, I was seeing what it was they posted a screen cap of someone going, "Man, okay, I'm okay with these people." Like, it didn't give context as to who it was about. It was like, okay, I'm okay with them joining this subreddit, but like, I feel kind of like they should honestly. I feel like they should apologize for calling people who hate the sequel trilogy racist and sexist and bigoted, because like, you know, a lot of us aren't, and it just kind of it hurts, and so it's not really fair. Right? They screen capped someone saying that and going, "Yeah, please just." They're like quoting, "Yeah, please kiss our ass and accept our toxic behavior." Like, who the fuck is saying that? That's your take.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Don't call me
actually-
racist. What, you want me to accept your toxicity? Person I've given no context for?
It's ironic, isn't it? It's ironic.
Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
Except what he
save
could.
others from toxicity, but not himself. Oh yeah.
I just wanted to highlight the fact that it's like he couldn't save himself from death. It's like you did on Endor.
Okay, if you were told by JJ, right, Palpatine's going to be in Episode 9. He's going to be alive. I need you to write the reason that he's still alive. What would you write?
I
would desperately want to
find
fake out,
someone else.
as in he's a hologram, he's a
But, like,
droid.
He has to be in it. He has to be.
Okay, yeah, because if he doesn't have to, my answer would be nah. He's not in it. Find someone else. But if he has to, yeah, some sort of fake out. But then,
If you're
I don't
saying
know.
it has to be him, then I don't know why you're asking the question, because what the hell are we supposed to do? How is he supposed to survive the
Yeah.
Death Star?
I guess I'd probably write that it was a clone of the Death Star.
yeah, but like
That's
that
terrible.
sucks.
I know, but it's better than the Force.
Yeah, but remember,
Well,
there
you
was a throwaway line in the movie where someone said cloning. Somebody did a throwaway line where they said, "Oh, cloning maybe."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
so
that-
for Plague Creations just said, did they explain how he survived Endor? The only line we get is that Kylo says, "I'll kill you," and then he says, "I've been dead before," or something like that. And then he moves right along. That's it. That's all we get.
No, we get the Force as a pathway to many abilities that some may consider to be unnatural.
Okay, right, so...
It says that.
Shitty-ass dialogue. Look, we're the
Shitty-ass
prequels.
Man, they actually did that. They were like, "Hey, remember the prequel?"
Yeah, they have to rely on nostalgia
What
for
a-
the prequels.
What a
as well.
journey. Because The Force Awakens treats the prequels like the plague.
Does it? What does it do?
It basically directly doesn't acknowledge
acknowledge
it in any
them.
way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Except for Obi-Wan being Ewan McGregor in that film. He says, "These are your first steps."
Imagine, because I imagine. Well, like, you still get a lot of sequel fans doing like lording it over the prequels. Like, you know, at least we're not the fucking prequels, lol.
Yeah, but like the prequels are better.
Yeah.
The prequels are better than the sequels. Like, this is what I mean. The sequels have made the prequels seem not nearly as bad. Like, it's put everything into perspective. It's like you thought those were bad.
I can't wait.
Episode, like episode
I can't wait
3
for
is
episode 10
like
to put episode. I can't wait. I can't wait for the sequel trilogy to put the
Can
sequel
you
trilogy.
go
into
worse than
perspective.
this? Can you go
Yes.
worse than this?
Yes, you can.
You probably can, yeah. But we'd be veering
that's
into the
so
absurd. Like,
It's like, wait for them to time travel back in.
Yeah,
back to
I
the
know you were going
OT.
to say Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, the Doctor Who leaks are fucking insane. I'm desperately hoping they're not true.
You may as well just believe all leaks at this point. Anyone leaks anything, it's just like, well, that's probably true.
No, but I don't want to believe these leaks, though.
Alright, tell us
too
about these
bad.
leaks, go on.
So, Molly, you're a Doctor Who fan, right? To an
Enough
extent.
to understand what you're going to say, probably, yeah.
The leaks are that they are going to retcon that the first Doctor wasn't actually the first Doctor. He was the 14th Doctor, and before him there were 13 new Doctors that we're going to meet in the new season.
Now,
And
I don't know
all of them are going to be written by Chris Chibnall.
I don't know enough to know exactly how that destroys everything, but
And they're all Whammons.
is that true? Or is it just you just fucking around?
No, they are. There will all be Whammons, is what the leak says.
I really feel like that's not going to happen, but, I mean...
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like that's going to happen, but that's what the leaks I've been shown say.
Well...
And what does that mean in the context of?
Like,
Doctor
well,
Who?
yeah, where would you start with criticism for that, Jay?
I don't know. I'd have to see how they do it, really. But it's just like, it's like, it's. I can't explain it right now. It's just, it's like, okay, let's add like basically the. I can't. Someone in chat help me.
They're
Chat,
not gonna help
explain
you.
why that's bad for me.
Well... Because, like, I can't even do it myself, but I assumed you were going to cite some lore about, like, how it was absolute... That can't be the case.
Well, there's already like extended lore about who the Doctor was, like as in like the Doctor was, why the Doctor was created, and you know it makes the first Doctor the first Doctor. You've also got the character implications of the Doctor leaving Gallifrey when he was pretty young, in Time Lord terms. It's like no, apparently there were 13 Doctors before him. Did they just all live on Gallifrey? What did they travel around? Okay, if they traveled around, then they're not really gonna be like they're gonna be very different characters to the first Doctor. I'd imagine that like they're probably gonna do it so like they're like the modern Doctors, but the first Doctor was in no way like the modern Doctors. You've seen that Quentin video about it.
I have, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no way they would write these new Doctors they're adding in to be like pre-first Doctor Doctors.
Sounds like
It's-
there's going to be a big old shake-up for Doctor Who as a whole.
Yeah, it's like okay, and Molly, you've seen Revolution, that episode with the scrap Dalek. So like, if I was gonna trust anyone to do a retcon this large to the franchise, it would not be the man who wrote that.
Maybe, again, like, I hate to say it, but maybe you're racist? Like, have you thought about that? Nope, there it is, guys, admitting it.
There's a lot of bad writing in media at the minute.
Yes.
Just watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty's being really good.
Watch BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman's also a really good show.
You know what else
A lot
is
of
good?
animated shows are good. A lot of animated shows have been doing well at the minute.
I can only think of those two.
Oh, I mean, I think Arch is still pretty funny now, even though it's been going for like
Oh.
10 years at this point. Do you
It's
not?
kind of gone downhill, I think.
I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the earlier season, but I still think it's pretty sharp.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. What other animated shows? Have you seen Final Space? That's okay.
Oh yeah, Final Space I thought was good. I like Olan Rogers as well.
I think
I
the pace of
was
that
aware
show
of his
is a
YouTube.
little bit scattershot. It's very quick.
Oh, it's so quick. Yeah, but it's like the thing is though, it's like it feels intentional, unlike Rise of Skywalker, where it's it
Rise
just
of
feels
Skywalker
like it's an
is like, we
energetic
don't have
show.
enough time to do this. Ah,
Yeah.
yes, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Final Space is just like this is all the time we needed to do. We're doing it
I haven't
quickly
seen
we
season 2 yet. I need to.
didn't
I
need
need
to.
to.
Oh yeah, I need to see season 2.
One Punch Man. That's all. I haven't seen season 2 yet. Actually,
I haven't
I'm
seen
kinda,
season
like,
2 yet of that
going
either.
yet, Yeah.
Yes, which is
Mortal,
shit,
why
I
are you
need to
poisoning
watch that.
yourself?
Sorry?
Why are you poisoning yourself?
Well, you got to get around this
Dark
place.
Souls.
You haven't really got a choice. But I'm also
You okay?
like, have you played Dark Souls?
Yeah, I've played a bit of Dark Souls 3. Not too much though.
Oh, there you go then, Frankie.
Well, this is
Fucking-
how you meant to play it. Poisoning yourself.
I mean,
Baron Keep.
how do you not know that? Like, yeah,
Yeah, but like,
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
there's loads of like it's one of the criticisms of the Dark Souls series. There's too many swamp areas, and to get through any of it involves going through poison places. Most of the time, the poison doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it'll just knock off a few Estus for the whatever boss fight. My problem right now is I can't remember where all of the things are to activate. I've kind of forgotten. I think that's one. The other problem
Forgot.
is that I'm not upgrading my weapon, and I've not been spending souls to level up outside of the first, so I'm very disadvantaged. But I don't really mind because I'm kind of just in the conversation. This is just for background noise.
Palpatine kind of forgot that he was dead.
Well,
Well,
I mean, what can you say? You know, what can you say?
yeah.
I just, episode 10, they reveal that Vader was alive the whole time. He was watching it all.
what was the line he said when he was he talked about he'd been dead?
Vader?
No, Palpatine.
What was the line when he said he was dead?
Like where he talked like was it like I've been dead before or what?
I'm pretty sure he says like I died before or something like that.
Oh.
No, I don't know what we're supposed to take from it, Jay. I don't.
Well, I was just thinking that there's a line in a much better piece of media it's reminds me of, but I'm not going to tell you about it because I hope that you would watch that at some point.
Well, I'm really concerned about spoilers. Please play a different game so you don't ruin Dark Souls for me.
I see what he did there.
Is it worse than Last Jedi? I will come to a decision on that eventually. I'm not sure yet.
I'm still
It
thinking
could
about
be.
it, but I'm inclined to say it's probably going to be worse, but I'm not sure yet.
It manages to shit on The Last Jedi.
It does, but it has its own set of bad stuff.
It's pretty tough because like, so I'd say that both films' plots are god awful. I guess, is it better to have terrible throwaway lines that kind of shore up your script at least to a tiny degree compared to just contradictive nonsense?
Yeah. That is
Like-
better.
I would go as far as saying I think the world is stronger in Rise of Skywalker than it is in TLJ. And then characters. This is the part of me that's thinking, like, can it really be worse over... Because this is the thing, right? Being better than TLJ does not make you a good film whatsoever. That film is garbo. But, like, if Luke was handled in a way that we think was okay, Leia was okay, Han was okay... I guess they ruined Hux. Is anyone upset about that?
Well, he already got ruined though.
I was gonna say, like, who would even
Yeah.
give a shit?
TLJ dealt a lot of damage. This is a total non sequitur, but have you been following the impeachment stuff?
Following what, sorry?
No.
The impeachment stuff, because
No.
they voted for impeachment, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just means that they voted for it, and then it has to go elsewhere. And I'm guessing nothing will come of it. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I don't know enough about, like, impeachment specifically, and in the context of like Trump. But the thing that's interesting is Tulsi Gabbard like voted present, so she didn't like vote for impeachment, and like all the Democrats did. So yeah, I wonder how she's
Voted-
gonna go and
Voted presence? What does that mean?
present. It's kind of like, I'm guessing it's like you're sort of like not voting either way. Like it's kind of like nil. That's the impression I get.
Okay.
So she didn't vote like for impeachment.
I feel like they're gonna rip into her for that.
Oh yeah, they're already on Twitter. She's trending, and it's all people who really don't like her.
Shocking.
So Yeah, people saying that she's a traitor. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Man, American politics is real interesting, I gotta say.
If Trump gets impeached, it'll just be fun to watch the storm.
doesn't Mike Pence become president then?
I think so. Yep, I think so.
Doesn't he believe in like shock therapy for gays?
That's the meme. Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure.
I heard. Yeah. Yeah, so she's probably not gonna win. I'm just gonna put that out there. She's probably not gonna win.
Oh wait, has there been another
Right.
debate yet? Did you say that? You said that was
The
soon,
debate's
right?
tomorrow.
Oh,
the debate
cool,
is
okay.
tomorrow, so yeah, we'll have to boot that one up and
Oh
laugh
man, I just found the last one and he got on my bum bum.
What?
No. Oh, okay,
at it. In
activate
Dark
it.
Souls, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna hop out here and catch some sleepy doos.
Alright, sleep on your well.
Thank you, I will.
No
Bye-bye.
problemo. Alright, let's start
Bye-bye.
reading these super chats even more so. Spoil everything, it means we don't have to give the money, plus we've seen the leak stream. I mean, I'll go through it all in my videos if you really don't want to. I'm just gonna kill myself, I'll get more Estus anyway. Yeah, like I'll go through it point by point. Palpy, my Sith eyes, I dropped them. I can't see anything without my Sith eyes. It's really strange. He has like blank eyes and then he develops evil Sith eyes. Also, I like how his power,
yeah.
when not rejuvenated to rejuvenated, just doesn't really, I don't know, just seems mostly the same. I couldn't really see what exactly was different. I
He
guess
gets his wrinkles back.
he electrocuted the whole sky, so I guess that was something. Not bad, not bad. Chewie got his medal, his arc is over. I still can't believe they did that. Like, I stand by saying it's a meme.
Yeah.
It's a meme that they actually went with. Rey can influence the midichlorians to make life. Like, yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So can Kylo. So the leaks were close, very close. Close enough that I believe the leaks were 100% accurate and the cuts got changed.
Yep.
I have no question or comment. TROS has broken me. Just take some freaking money and shut up. Okay. Was the RLM time travel prediction accurate? There was no time shenanigans in this. But my goodness, imagine there were. Just another... That would be a way for it to definitely be worse than TLJ to introduce time travel.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
just fucks with everything. But it would allow them to get Vader back, so I could totally see them doing that. What is worse, the leaks or the final movie? Probably the leaks.
Probably, yeah.
Because there was some stuff in there that would really have done more damage to the film, but they didn't have. It's a cheer and a joy every time a Mauler video comes up on my feed. Cheers, mate. I'm anxiously awaiting the 3rd installment of your Force Awakens review. It's all going to be coming. I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I'm just enjoying these last moments of chilling out before I get going, because always nice to sort of touch base with friendos who have seen the movie. So,
Yeah.
you share the pain, that sort of thing. Alright, what else we got? I'm just gonna stick to the OT and forget all this garbage. I mean, you know, you can always throw the prequels in there too. It's not the worst thing ever. Because now we know what the worst thing ever is. New episode of The Mandalorian released today makes Force Heal worse. Baby Yoda uses it, which means it's not learned. Yeah, Baby Yoda's pretty OP. Have you seen that episode yet, Fringy?
No, I haven't seen episode 7 yet. I'll watch it later tonight.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, esteemed objectifiers. What is your opinion on Rogue One? Don't think I've heard you guys talk about it before. What do you reckon, Fringy?
What's that? Sorry, could you say that again?
What do you reckon about Rogue One?
Rogue One's probably the best of the Disney Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. Rogue One's plot is strange. Its characters are really thin. K2SO's the most entertaining part of the film. I quite like the 3rd act for the most part.
I like the 3rd act, sure, yeah.
Why do I have to fight 2 guys in a boss fight? Fring, explain this to me.
Those best watches.
Like, that's just unfair. That's just not fair. Basic maths.
Well, I mean, didn't Dark Souls 2 have a lot of two
No.
boss guys? No, it
This
didn't.
is the first game to ever do this in gaming.
Oh yeah, I just saw the second one coming in the stream.
Oof.
There's like 3 people. Oh wait, no, they're not. Whoops.
Yeah, there's like a main one I gotta kill, but people who are friendly to me can spawn during it. I'll never be able to beat his second phase. I'm just sort of gonna run out the clock while fighting him because I kind of like the Abyss Watchers. But
Yeah.
I need to upgrade this weapon if I'm gonna be able to win this fight. Otherwise, I'll just be here for ages.
Yeah.
It's a crappier Aquaman. Would that be in a reference to what we were saying? Crappier Aquaman.
I'm not sure. I mean, Aquaman is pretty bad, yeah. It's funny, people think that movie's good.
Yeah. We were in a I don't want to say we were in a minority, but we seem to be the collective that was saying it was bad while everyone else was saying it was alright. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I've been seeing a lot of tweets from people. Like, I saw Shu say the DCEU, like, what was it? Redemption Saga? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, they haven't made a good one yet. What are the good ones that they're talking? Like, Joker is not part of the DCEU. That's
Everyone will always
separate.
reference Wonder Woman as the good one.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman's like the okay one. And it kind of falls apart at the third act. And then you had Justice League, which was the worst one of the lot. So that ain't really the beginning of a redemption arc. It could only be from Aquaman forward, and all we've had is Aquaman and Shazam. And Aquaman's bad, and I haven't heard good things about Shazam.
I think Shazam's super overrated. Southpaw's video pretty much takes on all of the criticisms. Me and Mel were pretty fucking annoyed with that film. We thought it was terrible.
Right.
But loads of people love that one too. I don't know. I think that the DC people, they just want to win, for fuck's sake. They just want to have a win.
Well, the thing is, the big thing seems to be, oh, make it fun. That's what fixes it. It's like, really, the bigger problem was that the writing was bad, not that it was dark. I'd actually probably prefer to have a dark cinematic universe, like if you did one with Joker, and had Joker as the, you know, the Iron Man of this one.
Yeah.
And you have like a villain-oriented universe. That'd be cool.
All glory to the Hypnogeode. I'm sorry that Jay wasn't there to see that message. She was very good. Love you guys. Merry Xmas. Why, thank you. Jeremy John said it was his least favorite of the 9. Interesting. What do you think? Do you reckon subjective, like, emotional experience watching that film, was it the lowest of the 9 for you?
I don't know. The thing is it, like, at this point, I was really cynical about it, so I'm not sure that I was too... If I was invested, I probably would say so, yeah, but I wasn't at this point. It was over. TLJ caused so much damage.
Yeah.
But this one as well, it's just like the final sort of... If I mean, it really is a fitting end to this trilogy, isn't it? Just caps it off nicely as this terrible thing that shouldn't have been made.
Feels like a weird timeline. Like, we really got unlucky with the Star Wars sequels.
We got really unlucky with a lot of media properties. I mean, Toy Story, Terminator, Game of Thrones. I mean, at least, you know, Marvel went okay. I mean, Endgame's got a lot of problems, but from a character perspective, it's really strong.
Yeah.
So at least that was good. Oh, sorry, there was a super chat before that I saw that was really funny, but I can't see it. It was something along the lines of the impeachment going to the Senate, but Trump is the Senate, so it's basically not going to happen.
I am the Senate.
It'd be funny if we said that. Well, the idea being that Republicans control the Senate, so it's not going to go through.
The Republicans control the Senate and the courts.
He's too dangerous to be left in office.
Also, yeah, I did just backstab my ally. I keep peering over to the super chest ready to read the next one, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I should probably attack. Luke should have just gone to Toshi Station to pick up those power converters, then none of this would have happened. Pretty much. Pretty much everything would have worked out just fine. If only, you know, that escape pod, if only they'd blown that up, Fringy, we never would have had to deal with the sequels.
Yeah.
Quinton finally blocked me on Twitter, now it's just Patrick and Chuck Wendig. Wish me luck, Longman, rip Star Wars. Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting to see where they... Because, like, we'll have a good, you know, year of discussion on this film and TLJ and the trilogy and everything, but wonder where they'll go next, you know? What's next for Star Wars?
Yeah, because I guess they gotta keep making their movies and TV shows, so...
Because we gotta, you know, the results that we're interested in are the overall ratings and then the overall box office as well.
I think it might not crack 1 billion. That's the...
I will say, it was stacked on the showings I went to, but that only makes sense because it's all people who really want to see it. Like
Right,
the
yeah.
midnight showing, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, mine had a couple of empty seats.
Yeah.
Mine had some empty seats, and mine was a midnight screening. But there were like 8 midnight screenings, so yeah.
And my audience was pretty quiet.
Whereas with Endgame, it was full. Oh, mine's super quiet, except there was this one guy sitting 2 seats away from me who said, "Oh, fuck off," about 4 times in the movie. It's really funny, because I could hear him go like, oh, like it's at several points like, oh, what, has he been watching like Geeks and Gamers or something as well? Like, is he familiar with all this?
It would have been cool to know if anybody in that audience was aware of Geeks and Gamers or like my channel or EFAP
Well, the
or
thing
anything.
is, like, I've spoken to a guy who is a normie guy, and he talks about stuff like he knows who Kathleen Kennedy is. It's like most people don't, so I guess he's somewhat involved.
But yeah, in relation to that Twitter one, I guess good luck getting blocked by the other people. Shouldn't take too long. This says instead of TFA critique part 2 12246. I'm assuming the timestamp. I probably say something that's funny now. Thinking about the people. Some people have been sending me my own quotes where I've said stuff like that's just definitively wrong now because of the 3rd film. But you know, retcons like
Part
Palpatine
2,
being
1,
alive.
2, 2, 4, 6, was it?
Yeah.
The Force Awakens. I'm gonna pull it up. Critique part 2. What was it? 1, 2, 2, 4.
12246, and it says for 50 seconds.
Okay, I'll put on subtitles.
All right.
Just. Oh wait, no. 4-6. You said.
Yes, 12246.
That doesn't make the dynamic in this film worse. This one stays the same and it has a purpose. The change is the fault of The Last Jedi, not The Force Awakens. Ryan Johnson says he found it very funny. Kylo immediately assumes from the recent events that it's the performance of the individual stormtroopers that's the issue, and the concern should have been the number of troopers that were sent in the first place. Not to say they aren't underperforming as they are, but there was 2 when there was like 50 before. On top of that, why wasn't this his mission, considering how invested he is in this map? But nothing else happening in his life aside from staring at a console he was invested with. Okay.
Just boost you up a bit.
I'm not sure.
Was it me saying that it's not the fault of thinking for change? Because I'd stand by that. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
You know, if someone was like, Force Awakens doesn't make sense because of something they said in TLJ, I'd be like, well, that's not fair.
No, it's not fair, yeah. Came
Can
afterwards.
we talk about how there's a black hole right next to Castle and the entire planet, much less the solar system, is still there? Was it right next to him?
Well, it's possible. I mean, I don't know if it's close by. It could still.
I don't know if it was right next to him. I can't remember how far they fly.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The game is on 4% and people are saying I need to turn it down. I'm just like, alright, I'll put it to 2%. I guess it's just really loud.
Yeah, not sure. I actually have to hop off. I gotta head off and do some other things.
Alright, I'm just gonna read the super chats now. I'll probably stop as well.
Yeah. No problem. All right, it was not fun talking about this movie.
Well, I
good
mean-
luck, everybody, when you go watch it.
We'll see you on the 21st. It'll be fun.
Of course, yeah. See you later.
Doodles. Alright, it's just me now. And I've got 5 minutes before it boots me out of this call, and you can't even see my face light up anymore. I bet you guys are sad about that being a potential, so let's get going. Yeah, that moment when Star Wars makes Asperger seeking Predator as a power-up seem like a well-written material. What a time to be alive. It's all these franchises, man. They're all getting destroyed. Pouring out 1.2 billion massives for my jebs. That's not Wolverining, that's Snow Whiting. I guess that's applicable. It's just the whole healing factor, obviously. How is Palpatine back? Hey, maybe it's a clone. That ancient Sith knowledge? How the fudge do you know that? Are you a Sith? Oh, fuck. Did someone actually say that? I can't remember. Just us and Maula as it began. Thank you, Blessed Longman. Cloud being the Emperor all along is actually what JJ failed at. Cloud is my dawn of this, a needed hero we don't deserve. Or Claude, I'm not sure. Hi, Rags. Alex Jones is the best take on the prequels. You can't change my mind. Seriously, watch Alex Jones explain the prequels and things makes so much more sense. Yeah, I've seen it. It's quite fun. That Luke and Leia Force Ghost scene at the end looked like ass. Yes, it did. And I don't exactly know why. They looked weird. I think they were trying to go for, like, heavenly, but... Ugh. Kick JJ. Palpatine used a Horcrux to clone himself. Fact. JJ AIDS. It sounds like you guys are memeing right now. If we were to describe the events of this movie, it will sound like memes. I wouldn't deny that. How close was the leaks to the final movie? We did answer that a little bit further back. It's like, I would say 70% probably. 60, 70. Lots of little details have changed, but it's mostly like deleted scenes by the looks of things, or scenes that were cut. Do you think ROS will do well financially? It'll do well, I just don't think it'll do anywhere near as well as they wanted it to. That's my assumption. You guys trolling, or is this actually things in the movie? This can't be real. Look at the leaks video, man. That's pretty much all this is. Do a video on Cosmos Star Wars review part 1 and 2, and Joker takes here. He says Arthur is easing into being a serial killer. He's an interesting content creator. We might cover him again, but I'm not sure what exactly we have planned for now. So Rey has had every Jedi inside her? Oh my. I know, right? It's simple. All female Jedi need multiple bedded Jedi inside them. This makes them OP. Oh god. So who was the most inconsistent? Well, it seemed like from the discussion we had that it was going to be Rey. But we will find out on the 21st when everyone gets to, you know, have their answers. Was the Force the most inconsistent character? I guess there's an argument for that. In terms of just how all of this works, it gets very confusing. But, what can you do? Both Aang and Korra had access to the previous lives. Only Aang used that effectively by asking for advice on tough issues. Korra just has Ghost Aang give her all her bending back for no reason after she loses them. I remember that from ER's video. Diobito is at it again. The fact that he gave it an 8 sounds hilarious. We probably will be covering his take on it. They need to wipe C-3PO because he can decipher ancient Sith text. Did young Anakin, when building him, pre-install him with that information? How? We have to reasonably assume that it was installed at some other point, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know why that would be the case. Whew. Learn to parry, you filthy casual. I've been playing this game very casually. I'm actually pretty tired. It's 5 AM, but I'm gonna try and kick on, as you do. The Disney comics established that Palpatine made Anakin in Shmi so that he's Anakin's father. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. Reylo is literally incest. If you make somebody out of the Force rather than DNA, though, you're probably right. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Hi Maula, my friend Sam loves your TLJ and Batwoman series. It's her 21st birthday tomorrow. It would be awesome if you could wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sam. I'm glad you enjoyed the content. I hope you have a good day. What's the deal with the Jedi? Bilbo Seinfeld. Yeah, I mean, none of us are gonna have that answer. Star Wars 9, Clockwork Orange, torture porn. I mean, you can laugh at it. It's not necessarily torture, right? Hi, Rags. I've been watching EFAP since its beginning, and you all have prompted so much objective discussion between my friends and I. Thank you all. No problemo. Oh, it's forced me off screen. Sorry, guys. Now it's just gonna be Dark Souls. Dark Souls. Hey, Mola. Haven't done this in a while. How are you? True, I haven't just played a game and had a chat. It's rare to find opportunities these days. I am working non-stop. But, hopefully I can get some more in here and there. So who did Palp shag to become Grandpa? I don't know. They don't talk about that at all. Stuckman just posted his video and I'm already cringing. Also, are the Oracle Spiders there? No Oracle Spiders, I'm afraid. Kylo just finds the first Wayfinder in the opening. It's kind of awkward actually, because it's a whole thing. We'll cover it. Don't worry. It's this whole thing. We haven't talked about a whole bunch of the issues in this stream. We're just sort of rambling, like I said. I long for the sweet release of death. Fuck Giznep. Is that something backwards? Peensig? I don't know exactly. Execute Order 1977. Execute Order, Final Order, as he says in the film. I bet you didn't... Do you know that implies that he's had this planned since, like, prequel era? That's not frustrating at all. No offense, but how can you be this ignorant of Star Wars Life Drain and Force Heal already existed? Did you not play KOTOR 2? Darth Nihilus is disappointed. I did not play KOTOR 2. So, yeah. I know my movies back to front, and, is KOTOR 2 even canon, according to Disney? Where does that slot in? Isn't it like just the Clone Wars and Rebels, and then Resistance? Yeah, no, I am open to the idea of Darth Heal, Force Heal. I just, the idea that you can heal someone from being a corpse, like, that shit's stupid. They implied Palps created Anakin in the comics, but in context, it could just as easily be metaphorical for Palps corrupting Anakin. Yeah, there's wiggle room. Be sure for your review to record a why even bother. Why even bother? It's me, C-3PO. You may not have noticed me because of the shit movie I'm in. I mean, like I said, I was amused by him. I hope others could enjoy him a little bit. Apparently it is not canon anymore. So, no Darth Heal. So, you know, sorry guys. Hopefully Darth Heal will be a character in episode 10, I don't know. Disney canon changed it so Palpatine made Anakin in the new comics with midichlorians, so technically Reylo is incest. I mean, yeah, I mean, this just sounds awkward. So Batwoman was better? Oof, that's another question that could be given several answers. I don't know about that. What do you think of Baby Yoda force healing? Just seems a little bit overpowered. Baby Yoda as a whole. At least he gets sort of, like, tired from doing it, but... Nice one. Strong Bobby. Spoil it all, Daddy. Anyone love the fact that Pappy's own flesh and blood literally steals his enemy's name? Who are all dead, by the way, by the end. Guess Sheev truly wins in the end. Hi, Fringy and Jay. Kick Jay. Yeah, the Palpatine survived the saga. New comic started today covering Ben's change to Kylo, and it has Snoke as a peaceful druid-looking hippie. Alright. Just one question. Did they at all explain how Palpatine survived falling miles into the reactor core that promptly blew up in space? No. They avoid explaining that as best they can. Muller, I saw that tweet about you writing. Please do that, please. Also, hi Jay. Yeah, as soon as I get through these super chats, I'm going to be spending the next few days doing that. Then doing the EFAP stream, and then going back to just writing. They didn't invite Lucas to the premiere. He was always invited except now. I think they knew he'd be really upset, though maybe they knew he wouldn't show. Yeah, there's probably something going on there. Like, not getting conspiratorial, just I don't know that he's not super upset with it, especially after the Bob Iger book came out, right? Like that's got to have done something. I don't know. How full was the theater? I'm hoping this film tanks like the Titanic. Mine was full, but again, it was the midnight showing, so I don't know that that's not expected with a Star Wars movie that's mainline. I feel like the marketing has been insane. Seeing it everywhere, all kinds of products. So, you know, we'll have to see how it goes. Hi Mauler, hi Fringy. I really want you and Rags to go into more detail on what you had issues with Mandalorian. He's convinced me to watch it. We will have a whole stream for it. That's the intention once the 8 episodes have been watched, and we got 1 more left. Gotta love how they tried to give Rey flaws and low points to make her relatable, and it just reinforced how much of a fraud and sue she is. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of too little too late. Which goes the same for the relationship of Poe, Rey, and Finn. They treat it as though it's Return of the Jedi. Like, they're dynamic, but it just doesn't make sense, because we don't even know... Like, they establish immediately that Poe and Rey don't like each other. Which is strange. Well, like, they have a problem with each other, let's just put it that way. Like, they disagree on everything. So did Rey get a train ran on her by all the Jedi to have them in her? Oh, they're just in her head, giving her quotes. That's all she needed. I hear folks say there might be hope for Star Wars. Do you ever think it would be better for folks to develop original IP rather than adding on to something that has already begun and ended? I just, you know, this is the problem. Like, yes, build something new, but also, if you've, you know, if your story can move on and you handle it well with respect, it's like we don't want to prevent that from happening. But, once you get enough of the bad instances, I guess we're just at the point where we're like, okay, maybe just back away. Hi Mauler, Ray of Skywalker stream still on 21st? Yes. How much do you have to change in the TFA script? Basically anything to do with the lineage of Rey at this point. Who knows what else. Any mentions of Palpatine are going to be weird. Cats have 8% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics. Oh, Cats? Oh, fuck, I completely forgot Cats was even out. Alright, well... What are you gonna do? Just started the stream and hit your discussion on how oxymoronic anarchist group go on anarchism right now. They have mods and stringent rules. Fair enough. Kylo has a rising comic. That's their bar. Rising comic. My baby girl. Bring on Jay's hand. Guys, you forgot that the Emperor survived as it's been proven from Robot Chicken. That's fair canon. Rogue One makes the prequels canon. Oh yeah, no, it's the prequels are acknowledged in TLJ as well, so. The guys who made the holiday special must be feeling pretty smug right about now. I'm sure they're getting the heat taken away from them. The only way we could have Emps back is if he's a clone that he transferred his essence into. Retarded, but makes some sense compared to what we got. We didn't get anything. They just didn't want to answer that question. Did you listen to the Macaulay Culkin RLM stream? Ray and Rich and Jay still standing by the prequels being worse than the sequels. Yeah, well, I wonder how long they'll hang on to that. Willing to bet secretly Disney released the leaks themselves so that they could blame them for why the film did so bad at the box office later. Black Flag. Possible? I still think this film will make its money. It's just nowhere near as much as they would have wanted, like I said. Time Lords have a limited number of regenerations. True, that's something that the law should be concerned about. And he got them extended, right? Matt Smith's doctor, I think. Just because they had to make sure they could keep going. Muller, it's 5 AM for the European, massive. You should sleep. It's been this train wreck for about 24 hours, and Jesus, JJ, how did you fuck up this much? Yeah. Yeah. Buy a dagger. The dash makes you go faster in mud. Oh, yeah, there's loads of things I could be doing to improve my run. I was just sort of hoping to have something in the background. No, not a doctor. I'm the doctor. The original, you might say. So that means Fring now 2J? Fing? For fuck's sake, Fing. F off. Alright. Jay, why did you kill Epstein? You know what? I'll try and save that. We'll get an answer from Jay, because... that does, seems like something that you should probably answer. IMO. I don't think we should let him get away with it so much. So if she's Palpatine's granddaughter and Anakin's dad essentially is Palpatine when he impregnated the Force, does that make Rey and Kylo kissing incest? Seems to be what a lot of people feel that it is. From hearing more and more of these super chats, that seems to be what everyone believes it to be. What did William Hartnell do to deserve this? What did any of us do to deserve this? EFAP Mini Goblin Slayer Episode 1 when? I don't think we're planning on doing that. Also, fuck Disney. Fair enough. Is Sans being in Smash Brothers better than this film? Yes. Yes. The Senate has to vote impeach, but unfortunately Trump is the Senate. Better luck next time, Jeb. The media is trying to blame Star Wars fans for TROS being bad. I've seen a couple of those takes, funny, but not gonna work. I hate the writer-director formula. It sucked for the prequels and it sucked for the sequels. I don't know. I don't know. For me, I feel like it should give a more unified vision, but apparently it doesn't seem to work out that way. You think? I don't know. You think it would, but what can you do? Tell me, Mauler, did it hurt? There was no scene in which he asked Rey whether or not it hurt, unfortunately. Jeremy Johns being the ultimate troll against shill media with that thumbnail and getting his video trending, then ripping into it was beautiful. I'm gonna watch his video after this stream, actually. I've been hearing a lot about it. Adore the Abyss Watchers fight. Oh yeah, I do too. I saw someone take me seriously about the whole, like, it's unfair to have 2-on-1. I'm just kidding. It's always contextual about how you design those boss fights. It's not just, it's bad or anything. What do you think of The Mandalorian? I like it a lot. I'm disappointed with the writing in a lot of episodes, and I'm super disappointed with how little plot there is in the season. It's so fillery, unfortunately. Jeremy Johns needs to be on EFAP. Please get him on. I mean, if he's willing to. Have you guys heard anything? Because, I mean, if he's willing to, I'd happily talk to him about Star Wars. Having read the leaks, I'm now convinced that JJ just said fuck it and threw crap at the wall to create Episode 9. Yeah, that's the impression I get from seeing it. What did you think of Sekiro? I need to play it. I have it, and I still haven't played it because I'm a bad person, unfortunately. When is the Rise of Skywalker EFAP? I want to watch beforehand. That would be the 21st at 7 PM GMT, and we're planning on having an all-star cast, alright? Every one of them famous celebrities, including but not limited to Trump, Jesus. I think Satan said he might, so that's, you know, that's a pretty cool cast to have to talk about it, so check it out. Did you like the Endgame ripoff, I Am the Last Jedi? Do you mean the, I am all of the Sith, and then gets responded with, I am all of the Jedi, but with the breath as well? It's very much a ripoff. On objectivity, is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Democrat. Praise Keck. Part 3 for TFA or feed. Fair enough. How is the music? Did the score stand out at all? It feels like it's lost most of its power at this point. The score, I mean. Like, recognizing a lot of songs, lots of little bits that pop in and out that are like from different people's songs. They did like a pitched up version of Kylo's theme once he had turned to a Goodman. Like, stuff like that you notice, I guess. Where am I? We should get an initiative of people who taking photos of empty screenings and posting to Twitter. Hashtag empty Skywalker. I can't see people wanting to rewatch this film, so there's that. Will eat booty? I agree with that. It should have been Rose with Finn at the climax. I suppose that makes more sense. I'm not going to deny that. Rey and Kylo are cousins. Ew. Haven't seen the movie. How shit is it? Well, it's pretty bad. Are they trying to make Palpatine into Darth Bane? Possibly. How could anyone reasonably expect TROS to not tank after its predecessors shat the bed? Like, how can Act 3 work in a play where 1 and 2 don't? I don't know, man. Like, we've said before, I don't know that, how someone can really fix what they were handed, if they were handed that. Where is Meriadoc Brandybuck's role? Also Rose. Oh, what is? He's random dude who says a couple of lines. I don't know why he's in the film. Or at least I don't know why they chose him for that role, I guess. Okay, part 1. So I just had the absolute most mind-blowing Twitter convo with a subjectivist, like, you know, all those ridiculous things you and the crew say they'd say if they truly believed everything is truly subjective. This guy actually said it. The weird thing was that he was actually right-wing and was going after all children's media that adults like because it produces libs or something. He said anything made for kids is just nothing. Every single thing that said film ever touched. He even denied that it was a space fantasy epic, as only adult media can have genres. When I asked him if the film depicted the objective summary of its plot, he said this: only dust was there, wars and regime changes in something you can find in Song of Ice and Fire, Noon Universe, Hyperion, Prince of Nothing, places where infantile shit is minimized. I mean, that's not an argument that will go over well with us lot. Like, man, there's some great children's content out there. Anakin rebuilt 3PO. He didn't build him from scratch or program the languages he knows. The Sith is still retarded, though. Fuck Giznap. Oh, Giznap is Disney, is it? Fuck Disney with a roof, I guess? Hi, Ra. Giznap is what Disney's signature looks like. Oh, okay. I read the leaks. I thought I was ready. Illidan was right. At least Major Lee is going to be happy right before the end. Yep. Might get DS3. No poise sounds like a red flag. It's a bit of fun. Try it out sort of thing. Ari, the Holdo maneuver being 1 out of a million. You mean Holdo based the survival of the Resistance on bad odds and put them all at risk? Well, and I know that's a quote from her, it's okay when she does it. Because it worked for her, alright? Like, enough of your criticism, it's rude. But is it worse than TLJ? How many leaks were true? We'd say 60 to 70% were true. Palpatine's granddaughter, fuck me. It would have been better if she was Obi-Wan's granddaughter or Luke's kid, goddammit. Well, Palpatine's it is. It's hard enough fighting a war, but it's worse knowing that no matter how hard you try, you can't fuck them all. I'm not sure what that's referencing. Hi, Muller, are you going to do an analysis of TROS? Oh yes. Where do I put memes? Try Twitter, but not right now because my mentions are staggered with everything. Didn't use my ticket for the midnight UK showing. Oh. So do Poe and Finn get anything to do? They mainly follow Rey around for the whole film. Just trying to get to the sort of MacGuffins. For your information, the transmission Palp sent to the galaxy, as mentioned at the start of the title crawl, was exclusively featured in the Fortnite tie-in promo. Wow. What a wonderful world we live in, where that's something that we can check out. I mean... Again, that's where we're at. I don't really, know what else to say. And that brings us to the end of the Super Chats. Now, I do want to say quickly, that there's a huge amount of Super Chats that were meant for Wolf, and there's a huge amount of Super Chats that were meant in general messages to me and Rags. I've got them all saved. They're all individually saved. Now, for Wolf, he's... I'll explain this on the EFAP as well, so don't worry. Wolf's on a holiday now. He's not actually home. So the next he'll be able to record the EFAP Mini while looking at the copyrightisms will be in January at the earliest. So we'll just have to wait a bit, but I will get that out as soon as I'm able, while also doing all the Rise of Skywalker stuff. And Rags and I shall read the Super Chats of the next EFAP stream, and then we will try and catch up with the overflow. If we don't manage it, we will do an EFAP Mini to catch up with all of it. And before I go, I will read the remaining Super Chats. Gravity Falls is the king of Gravity Falls is the king of good kids content. Fair enough. I have not seen it. I hear good things. TFA, for all its flaws, reignited the fan base with memes and other fun things. TLJ killed all of that hyper momentum. Yeah, I maintained that TFA, we could have gone somewhere from TFA. Putting this towards your copy of KOTOR 2. Thank you. I've actually been playing Dark Souls 3 for the past few hours. Only realized just a bit ago that you were on. Is this doubling as a Super Chat catch-up? No. This is, I'm only reading the ones that came in for this stream on this stream. Thank you for your rants and your critiques. I enjoyed them much more than the movies, and you deserve my money now. Oh, no, wait. You deserve my money more. Well, thank you very much. And that pretty much brings us to the end. You didn't say my $10 super chat from Ladies Man. Let me load them all up from this stream, and I will Control F your name. Did it come in through a super chat, or did it come in through something else? I got no results for Ladies Man, I'm afraid. Let me try, it might be the, what are they called? Streamlabs. One moment. And I can refresh and just read a couple while that's loading, so... Most exciting part of TROS is your unbridled rage. Why, thank you. It's definitely going to be working on it. Can you upload the stream to Moolah? This stream will be found in the Discord in Watto's Junkyard, if you want to find it. I will post it there soon after. And RLM prequel hate seems like they're keeping an act up. No, I do genuinely think that they believe the prequels are extremely flawed. I do think that's the case. I just think that maybe they're a little bit soft on the sequels for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but you know. Oh, Ladies Man, I found your one. So it says, I love you guys. Take my money, theater ticket dollar I won't spend on this trash instead of Disney. Have you guys seen or heard of the Cosmonaut Variety Hour's review of the prequels? I think he gets a ton of things wrong and only made many points just for laughs. I will look into that. Could be an interesting way to talk about the prequels if he's doing that, I guess. Lots of things I gotta check out, apparently. No, yes, more. Fair enough for chats. Who do you think is the most at fault for the current quality downfall of Star Wars? Ryan, Kathleen, or JJ? Probably Kathleen. She's the one who gave those two power. It's kind of like a responsibility sort of thing, but JJ and Ryan have essentially done quite a significant pieces of damage between them, so it's really hard to choose. I guess it depends kind of on what kind of metric you're gonna go with. I hate Dark Souls 2. Alright, that's the last one. Thank you all very much for watching. I will catch you on the 21st. Like I said, it'll start at 7 PM, possibly 6 PM if we're really going to try and push it to earlier. Stream all about Rise of Skywalker. We're just going to rip it to shreds, more than likely. If you want to join us, that's when we'll be doing the stream. And until then, have a good night. Goodbye. Oh, they are soft, the sequels, because they are still in denial. I think that means about Red Letter Media. And we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what their take on the new one is. But yes, good night everyone. I'll see you around.